左を見て次は君やいつか僕が王になればまだ僕たちに
It's like just somehow it's okay. Somehow it's just like better. Why is it better? I mean, yeah, like the character sounds like he has a bit more personality, doesn't it? It seems like every metric of like voiceover is improved when you just switch to a different language. The Spanish one, not so much. The Spanish one could use some work. The French one was pretty good. The Japanese one seems like it might be the best one because they actually give a shit about voice acting in Japan. They really do. Anime is everywhere.
いや、ムハサ、あんたこそ俺に背を向けない方がいい。それは挑戦か。
Yeah, he doesn't sound like ancient, you know? So clearly it wasn't like that important to the story for him to sound like a geezer. Yeah, like the voice sounds almost like James Earl Jones in the first one. Like there's a presence to it again. I like how they tried to copy the creepy Rafiki too. Would I fuck Japanese Scar? Not from this one. From the animated one, sure. Wait for it. That sounds fine! That sounds fine! Soda. Yes! That sounds... There's nothing wrong with that! Like, what... Everything that John has any influence over sounds fucking awful. And as soon as he's not in the picture, everything's fine. Like... So what's really embarrassing is I found out as I was recording the, voiceover yesterday, 2 days ago? I don't remember. So, like, I recorded all of this shit. Where did it go? Sorry. All of this shit. Right here. And I actually got up to the, this part. The, this part of the years in the story. And what I noticed as I was going through the footage and recording shit is like, you remember how like there's that fucking awful microphone peaking in the voice for the song. Yeah, here we are. Microphone peaks in this take. Like, just because they didn't know how to fucking set up a microphone. Literally, right? I found out that even in this scene, even with, like, Simba just saying normal lines, there are lines that you can hear the microphone peaking again. Like, not even in the song. Right? Literally right before the yes line, when he says, "You rule all of that," the microphone fucking peaks. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
All of that? You rule. You rule.
You hear that on the first word there? You?
You rule. You rule.
That's a peaking sound. That's a microphone peaking sound. It's like they just didn't set it up properly.
You rule. You rule. You rule. You rule. You rule.
Like, you're supposed to be a $260 million production. You're a $260 million production.
Rises days and rise with
all of this.
This line too, you can hear it.
All of this.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
All of this.
Holy shit.
All of this?
Oh, it's so bad. And this isn't even like from the software. Like this isn't even from FCPX. Like if I keep it down here so that it doesn't peak in this software.
All of this?
If you turn it up on your end, you can hear it too.
All of this?
Like what the fuck? And yeah, that's not even just in the solo voice. This is like
all of this?
That's literally in the actual movie. That's literally in the actual movie. 2 microphone peaking noises during this calm, normal dialogue scene where no one's yelling. No one's yelling.
What belongs to all of this?
They just set up their microphones so shitty. Shittily. They just didn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yes.
All of this? That's basically how it said. All of this? So yeah, I pointed out. Obviously.
All of this?
And he's just talking at like a normal fucking volume. It's so embarrassing.
Yes.
You roar. You roar.
You can hear it peak. It's the movie. This is the movie's audio. This isn't even like the special mute, the soundtrack.
You roar.
It's there.
You roar. You roar. You roar. All of that?
Yes.
But the first one was unfinished. The first Lion King was unfinished, guys. This one's perfect. We just had more money and resources and time, and we were able to polish everything, and we certainly weren't lazy and threw everything together and fucking farted this movie into existence. The first movie was unfinished, though. The first movie was unfinished. Oh my god. It wasn't even him being close to the mic, I don't think. I think it was just, like, it wouldn't matter how close to the mic he is if you just set the gain properly. If you just have the set, like, who the fuck was doing this? Was it Pharrell? Was it Pharrell?
Black, 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 black.
Like, I want to know. Who's to blame for shittily setting up these microphones? $260 million! Who did this? I think it was Pharrell. It's not even a mixing thing. The mixing is too late in the process to fix that. It's like the recording setup. It's inexcusable when you are Disney and the film's budget is $260 million. It's so bad. It's so embarrassing.
僕は未来父さんのでも僕が王様になったらおじさんにも命令し
The kid who played Simba in this Japanese dub is clearly an actor, right? JD McCrary is not really an actor. He might have acting jobs, but he's not an actor.
指図するんだよ
It's like, this sounds like a normal Japanese dub.
不思議だね
ああ、全くだ。報告を見せてもらった。北の教
By the way, Japanese Blu-rays are region A, and this Blu-ray has English subtitles. So if you ever wanted to stomach the film just for the visual masterpiece, the live action special effects, then, you know, you could always listen to it with the Japanese voiceover, and it's actually a bit better. Mixer, sound designer, supervising sound editor. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean, like, because who know? I don't know what the recording setup was like. They could have gotten an intern to set the mics up. I don't know. Maybe Jon Favreau did it. What's embarrassing about it is, like, I don't know of any other multi-million-dollar Disney film where that happens in the audio that isn't, like, ancient, right? Nothing in the year 2000s, 100%. I've never heard microphone peaking sounds in, like, a new Disney or, like, anything over $100 million. I've never heard that. I've heard it in, like, indie movies. You'd think that when they hire someone and they're setting up the microphones and testing levels and they're doing this whole thing to start recording the voice performances in the movie, you'd think when they're doing that, they would hire an industry professional, but maybe they just got an intern to do it and didn't give a shit. Maybe they didn't listen to the playback Like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused because it doesn't make any sense how you can let that slip. How you can have the basics of audio recording just not be covered. And it's like, in the Japanese dub, this doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in the Japanese dub or any of the other language dubs that I've seen. It just doesn't happen. It is exclusive to whatever the fuck happened with Jon Favreau's bullshit. Yeah, maybe they were like, oh, we can fix it in post and just didn't understand.
このアイテムね新しい王いい見た敵はいない
See, like, so English version, this scene.
Just watch I'm gonna be a mighty king so enemies beware
Well, I've never ceased with.
I'm gonna be the main event like no king was before
He's singing, but he's not performing. He's singing, but he's not performing.
Down, working on my roar to be king
He's like singing the notes.
What I meant
no
was-
saying stop that do it all my way
And that terribly incorrect auto-tuned note there. And then in this one,
王様だ敵はいない
you can hear that he's like expelling the voice. It's the difference between I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. It's the difference between that and I'm gonna be a mighty king, right? It's like you have to feel the excitement in the character's voice. That's the context of the scene. John, that's the context of the fucking scene. Is the character's excited. He's not just singing because there's music. He's excited to be king. There should be an excitement in the performance of the character.
よ高いところから吠えるのさ
そうなまだまだ
されたくない
聞きなさいったら
一日駆け回り
まったく持ってのほか
自由に暮らそう
And they didn't auto-tune it to the wrong note in the this is evidence, this is literally evidence that the note was not supposed to be one semitone higher. Because every other fucking language track that did this did not do that. Every other language track got the correct note.
暮らそう
It's the correct note. What? John.
自由に暮らそう
It's the correct note.
さあいいですかお二人ともしっかりお聞きください
あなたの話なんか聞いそう王様だすぐに
It's like better mixed and everything too. Like, how did all of this happen?
様が王になればみんながひれ伏すなんと素晴らしい場面だ
Still sucks.
準備せよ
Okay, let's see what this one's like.
ムハザ来てくれシンバが谷でヌーの暴走に巻き込まれたシンバが
it's still kind of bad because they're I think it's because they're referencing the first original audio. I think it has to be because they're referencing the first one, not the first movie, the English track. Because like in the first movie, he's like Simba, like it's actually Simba. Like there's some urgency to it, like he's actually concerned. But then James Earl Jones's take in the English one is just Simba, and I guess they reference this.
シンバが谷でヌーの暴走に巻き込まれたシンバが
Shimba. I'd also like another big factor here is like I don't even think the original's vocal performance is like so extremely different on that line. It really isn't. It really isn't like a huge difference. There's a subtle difference. What makes the biggest difference is the fact that you can see his facial expression, right?
Simba's down there. Simba.
He's fucking concerned, right?
Simba.
Like, yeah, it's a better vocal performance, but like more so it's the facial expression. Whereas like in the remake, no matter what the fuck you do, he looks like a dopey fucking idiot. Like, Simba.
Simba.
He's not concerned. He's not concerned in the slightest. Simba.
の暴走に巻き込まれた。
シンバが見てまいります。
Man, the music cue is so different too. I should talk about that when it gets to this scene. It's such a... they changed it from like... I wish I knew music terminology better to like describe what I'm thinking. I think they changed it from like a minor seventh to like a minor chord. The first one, the chord is so much more interesting.
My belly feels great!
This is in Japanese. Kimber was made in Japan. Him suspicious.
Him suspicious.
幸あれ。おうよ。
Still funny. Still not good. It's not as bad. Yeah. Young Simba could use some work even in the Japanese one. See, here's something that's really interesting. They don't do the whole, oh, it's so cute because Seth Rogen can't sing thing in any of the language ones. They actually hit the notes.
行くぜ。こいつがもっと。
若い時だが。
They actually, yeah, they like actually sing it. They just the poor point of reference. It's so much. I don't know why it's better in Japanese. That scream was pretty good.
紹介するよ。
愛を感じて
I heard a bit of auto-tune there. I want to hear the look closer line.
もっとよく見ろ。
What a salamander.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad.
お前の中にいる。
シンバ
Simba! Simba!
無理だよ。
忘れるな。お前こそが誠
The
の
voice for Mufasa undeniably works a lot better.
王だ。
ごめんなさい。父さんみたいにはなれない。
私が王として何より誇らしかったのは。
It's like you can like hear like the reverberations, you know, like it's deep and commanding.
お前を息子。
Still fucking creepy as shit.
呼んでる
So what this proves is that it's not Beyonce singing, it's the character Nala that's supposed to be singing, which I eventually figured out, by the way, but like you don't know. It's very unclear in the American version. It's like, are we hearing a Beyonce song? No, it's Nala singing. It's the character Nala that's singing this. Okay. Like, it's not like we ever see her mouth move while this is happening. It's literally just like an added song on top of the film. So through the dubs, we can understand, oh, it's supposed to be Nala singing this song and not just a Beyonce song thrown in.
噂そんなバカな
母さんから離れろ
Well, he doesn't sound British in this one on that line.
教えてやろう
Stay away from my mother!
殺した
Father! It's still funny! It's still funny! It's still really, really, really funny! The before... The way his voice like gargles in that take two. Listen to it. Those are.
To a gargle.
Nice. I was kind of hoping that they would have Japanese Elton John in the credits, but they didn't. Oh, they did. Oh, they did. He Lives in You in Japanese. They just didn't do the Elton John one.
What's with the baby lion growling at the end?
Because they're dumb. Yeah, that didn't happen in the original. You're right. There was. I don't think that it growled, and it literally just they held it up, and it's like, well, this is Simba's baby. But then in this one, it's like, roar! Oh no! Beyonce or Andre Grande?
Right this way. I love you so much, and you're just such a good inspiration to me, and your songs are so beautiful, and you touch my heart so much. Can I give you a hug? Oh my god!
It's me! I love you too!
Oh! Oh my god! The power of suggestion.
The one thing that I would say, that's what you...
That was pretty funny. If they, I mean, if they were nice, then it would have ended with the real Beyonce coming out. You know? Fuck, I should get that one picture that they keep trying to remove from the internet. It's a pretty good picture. Apparently, like, her manager or agent or somebody tried to, like, sue to get this picture removed from the internet. And because of that, it was Streisand affected. Oh, it's so funny. Beyonce! It's so good. Oh, this is so high res. Oops. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, realistically, what? Are they gonna, like, remove my video for having this photo? Like, I don't think they own ownership of the photo. Otherwise, they wouldn't have published it, right? Clearly, someone else was photographing at this event. It's such a funny photo. Okay, so I'm starting to feel a bit bad because my impression, based on how everybody said it on Reddit, which you should never really believe Reddit, which is why I'm doing my own research right now, which is why I'm literally looking this up. Her publicist didn't, like, sue to remove the photo from the internet. They just emailed Buzzfeed. They emailed Buzzfeed and said, "Thanks for taking my call. As discussed, there are some unflattering photos on your current feed that we are respectfully asking you to change. I am certain you'll be able to find some better photos. The worst are blah, 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 blah." And it looks like BuzzFeed just published that email and the photos again. So BuzzFeed's kind of fucking cancer, because that wasn't even like a real, like, nobody sued, right? I don't know if, unless the phone call had some, like, threatening legal shit. It sounds like they just, the publicist literally just asked. So that kind of changes things, doesn't it? That's a little annoying. I'm still going to show the photo because it's hilarious. Wow, that changes things. Fuck you, BuzzFeed. You suck. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a publicist politely asking. That's fucking lame. Wow. And here I was believing Reddit, which, if you've ever seen my Kimba video, you should never do. Yeah, there's nothing like really all that bad about the email that they sent. They're really just like playing it up, saying like they tried to erase these photos from the internet. They just asked you to put different photos in the fucking BuzzFeed article. There's nothing wrong with that, you assholes. Fuck you, BuzzFeed. And then Gawker republishing this too. It's so opportunist. Like, I'm definitely going to publish the photos because they're hilarious, but like, don't spin the story as though it's like a censorship thing. It's a furry bird! Fuck off. I hate you. I hate you. Ah! Ah!
Do you think this might be your personal least favorite movie?
I mean, I could stomach watching The Lion King 2019 again. It makes me mad, but I could stomach it. There's other movies that I, like, don't think I could stomach watching. Like, I don't know when the next time I'm going to see Megan is Missing is, if ever. Like, that one's just, like, there's, like, zero redeemable qualities. The Lion King 2019 doesn't necessarily have redeemable qualities, but it isn't, like, the most unwatchable thing ever. It's just something that makes me mad. Is it worse than Oldboy 2013? I don't know. They're comparable for sure. Uncle, they just see him as sort of a passive-aggressive drama queen.
And to make matters even worse for
the most painful review would be Kimba, 100%. That was pain. That was 5 months
who would be king?
Of nothing that I was enjoying, even.
Or Sarabi. As you know, I have tremendous respect for the queen.
See, like, I can't tell if he's saying that sarcastically or if that's a line that they put in there to make it so, like, oh yeah, this is why he wants to fuck Sarabi. Like, they're planting the seed of him being like, I want to fuck Sarabi later, which is what they do in this movie. I can't tell. I can't tell if this character is saying the line genuinely. There is no indication as to whether or not he actually respects the queen and wants to fuck her, and that's why. Like, he's convinced himself that he respects her, or if he's trying to be sarcastic and trying to be like, I have respect for the queen. Like, you can't tell. You can't tell what the character's communicating. That's a fucking problem, John. That's a fucking problem. I can't tell. It's not, like, that's a big fucking issue. When you can't tell what a character is trying to communicate in a kid's movie. Like, fuck! That's a problem!
Please!
Well, look who's come down to mingle with the commoners.
Like, yeah, like he looks fucking offended here.
Right. Well, look who's come down to mingle with the commoners.
Like, there's no playfulness to this at all. He looks like he's pissed off.
Absolutely right. Well, look who's...
Like, there's nothing illusory about what he's doing. There's no manipulation. He's being very straightforward, very clear, like, I fucking hate you attitude. That's it. Like, how is he supposed to manipulate anybody in the movie? That's like the whole point.
King.
Until the little hairball was born.
Seems like his aggression is just like focused on Zazu only, right?
Well, I was first in line until the little hairball was born.
That hairball is my son.
But it is still like the attitude here is just like he's just being a fucking drama queen. It's not like I want to kill everyone. It's not like I want to shoot up a fucking school, right?
First in line. Well, I was first in line until the little hairball was born.
Like, that's like the most aggressive he gets in this scene. Is just like, you know, other than putting Zazu in his mouth. But like vocally, this is like the most aggressive he gets in this scene.
That hairball is my son and your future king.
Yeah, look at the facial expression on Scar here too. He's like he's above everybody else in his own mind.
Oh, I shall practice my curtsy.
Yeah, like he's playing everybody. He's the fucking puppeteer here in his own mind.
I was first in line.
So like even that line is very, very different. So even though he's being like physically aggressive,
Well, I was first in line.
the vocal performance is like there's so much more character to it.
Well, I was first in line.
Well, I was first in line. Right? He's saying it as like a matter of fact thing, whereas like in this it's like
I was first in line.
it's like fuck off. It's so stupid.
That is until
Simba, come to me.
In the original, Mufasa and Zazu had a rapport and a somewhat playful relationship. In the remake, everyone is always annoyed with Zazu.
Yeah, they just don't understand what they're remaking. They don't understand the original film at all.
Sarabi and I didn't see you at the presentation of...
I saw this in theaters. People actually clapped and cheered. It was very annoying.
Like People actually clapped when you saw it in theaters? That's fucking funny. Because it's like the way it's presented like demands that too. Whoa! It's like it's a real fucking Marvel movie moment. Mufasa! The Pride Rock! Mufasa! Really, just the way it's presented is just so annoying. John Favreau traded...
My belly feels great!
To be fair, this started more with Gandalf coming back as Gandalf the White in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Even the lighting on Mufasa is very Gandalf the White.
Yeah, when Gandalf the White comes back, it's like kind of like a bait and switch thing, and it's cheesy as fuck. But I don't know if they presented it in a way where it was clear that this was the reaction that they were going for. Whereas now at this point, it's so obvious what they're doing.
Yeah, but it made sense in context. The fact a major character just returned from the dead justifies the music in that situation.
Yeah, Gandalf coming back from the dead is kind of a different context, especially to the characters, than Mufasa just showing up, being like, why didn't you come to the ceremony? When he was in the previous scene anyway. Mufasa was at the ceremony and we saw him. This isn't a return from the dead. Even in this situation with Avengers Infinity War, like that's something where like he wasn't there for a while. We just saw Mufasa. This reveal makes no sense. Audience to stand up and cheer. It was literally the previous scene. He was there.
Good. That's very good.
That's pretty bad. Also, that's very good.
Oh, that's very good.
It's been 25 years since the last production. It's still the same guy, but it's
John just sounds like such a fucking idiot in every one of these interviews. He sounds so stupid.
Ocean in it from living a whole life.
Simba, come to me. You can do it.
That sounds great from over here. Perfect.
Even if his voice sounding older wasn't an issue,
That's so funny.
Simba, come to me. So now Mufasa.
It's our kingdom. Wow. Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
You ruled all of that?
Yes.
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 You want to do another take, James?
Yes.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Part of the genius of the casting and I think that works pretty well. After being away from it for a bit.
Simba's down there.
Confused.
Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there.
Simba.
Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there.
I can't, like, Scar's performance here, comparatively, I'm not even talking about that, but it's necessary context for the line. But that's so much worse also. Like, I don't need to say anything. Simba's down there! No fucking emotion in any of these performances! Jesus fucking Christ, John!
That's very good.
Mufasa's...
Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there.
Notice how high the music is. Like, it's just compensation. Listen.
Stampede in the gorge.
The music is there. The music is there, it's not being used as a crutch.
Simba's down there.
Simba.
The music is still there. And then you get into this scene. Roar! Music is just fucking overbearing. It doesn't stop. It's astonishing just how much worse this is.
Till the precious.
I feel like they used, like, double takes. When he says the word precious here, it sounds like they used 2 takes at once.
Until the precious. That is until the precious prince.
Like...
That is until the precious prince.
Both those words, precious and prince.
That is until the precious prince.
They do a couple weird things in the audio.
That is until the precious.
Is that a challenge?
I wouldn't dream of challenging you.
Have fun.
It really does sound so sweetened here.
I wouldn't dream of challenging you.
It sounds artificial.
Oh no, Mufasa, perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me.
They like basically bass boosted these parts.
Is in line.
I was first in line. Precious prince. No, Mufasa, perhaps wouldn't dream of challenging you.
Yeah, that one's a pretty obvious one.
Wouldn't dream of challenging you.
It's like, man, they just do it in post. Because, like, I don't fucking think for a second. I mean, it's certainly possible, but, like, whatever they did with the audio in the original Lion King, it sounds fucking natural. There's, like, a incredible presence from their voices.
Ah, don't look at me that way.
Ending from
Impeccable.
Drop him.
Drop him.
Sarabi and I didn't see you at the presentation of Simba.
That was today? Oh, I feel simply awesome.
Well, brother, you
Was first in line until the little hairball was born.
That hairball is my son.
It's consistent. It's consistent here. So if they did add some filter to make like the bassy elements stand out, like they applied it consistently if they did that.
Well, I was first in line until the little hairball was born.
That hairball is my son and your future king.
Oh, I shall practice my curtsy.
Like you can hear everything in this.
Don't turn your back on me, Scar.
You.
Challenge.
Temper. I wouldn't dream of...
Just better sound design regardless of what they did.
As far as brains go, I got the lion's share, but when it comes to brute strength...
Like, they have naturally deep voices, so if they did something, it's not like they had to.
I'm afraid I'm at the shallow end of the gene pool.
there's make a very, and they always manage to ruin special occasions.
What am I going to do with him?
He could take him out.
Zazu.
Zazu. I can't even go zoo. I can't go that deep.
He'd make a very handsome.
What am I going to do with him?
Him.
He'd make a very handsome throw rug.
Zazu.
Ooh. I can't even get there. This is a really funny frame. Wink. I'll stop. Absolutely no reason.
When it comes to brute strength, I'm afraid my big brother will always rule.
Not always, Scar. One day, it'll be my son.
It's like really just a pointless thing to say. Like, when it comes to brute strength, you'll always rule. And then he's like, well, actually, my son Simba's about to be king. What? That's not relevant to what he was saying. Mufasa is reinforced. It's been 1 week since you sucked my dick.
Thanks for watching. My $5 and up patrons are Lemonade Warrior, Dana, Malav Shah, Rift, Diegesus, Mechadong, Brandon Stuper, and Pit Wang. Take care.